And yeah, so Zesty down here playing Zerg. Rebellion is a strong Korean Protoss. He is up 1-0 right now, so might not be the closest series coming up here. We'll see. Hopefully we have some good cheese planned out here by Zesty. Figure out something to be able to do with that. Yeah, welcome back, and do check out and subscribe to Artosis Casts 2 on YouTube. That's all of my RTS casting that is not Brood War. That's all planned to go on that channel. We actually have some great stuff coming up relatively soon here. Battle Aces is coming back out. We actually have some Stormgate matches that we're going to be doing as well.
Artosis eats blue. No more SC2. Artosis eats blue.
Oh,
no
shit. That's the one that I don't have like a skip button to and stuff.
No more SC2.
Very good. Very good.
Artosis eats blue.
I'm going to have to open up the dashboard there on that one. All right. Thank you, Jambulance. Okay. So, anyways, Rebellion, you know, again, the favorite here looks like he is going to go ahead and expand. It does take a few minutes for PvZ generally to get going. Gosh, we have quite the lineup right now waiting for the waiting for the game to end. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, they
get out.
This could end up being a pretty good match. We're actually getting an MMR update here from Mapu. Zesty rather, is high master, low GM. So could be pretty good. We'll see if he can get some sort of edge here as we get towards the actual beginning of the game. Of course, PvZ a little bit slow. You know, in the very beginning of it, you kind of have to wait for Cybernetics Core to finish. Then you see the tech. Like, see here, he's making a Stalker. There's no Warp Gate, so it's probably going to be a Stargate coming up. Oh, no, Warp Gate gets started. Okay, okay. So Rebellion maybe going to go Citadel. Or not Citadel, Twilight. I haven't casted some in a bit. Robo. Okay, okay, that's interesting. Now, what Robo build is this actually going to be? Like, is it, I mean, that is a pretty fast Robo, so my best guess is it's like Disruptor drops with like a Speed Prism. It could end up being something like very, very old. There were a few builds back in the day where you'd actually fly around with a few Stalkers and pick off like Overlords and stuff like that. Now, Zesty actually gets up, excuse me, with a Zergling here and is going to get a reasonable scout and sees the Robo, which is probably the most important thing.
Starfish. Swallow my brown brew. Eat my brown
Dude,
starfish.
Stop.
Swallow my brown brew.
Okay,
Eat
hold
my
on.
brown starfish. Swallow my brown brew.
I have to figure out a skip button for that. Okay, so anyways, a Prism on the way. There are a few units out on the map, right? Like we have this Stalker there. We have the Adept, but I'm not sure what the Prism is really supposed to be doing. Forge is on the way, which is kind of interesting. I mean, the Forge goes well if you're going to end up going into like an Immortal push. That could make sense because +1 attack on Immortals is pretty insane. Prism shown, but this is one Adept. Like, the best you do with this is scouting, and at that rate, maybe you want Observer. So weird build here from Rebellion for sure. All right, so Twilight coming up. Roachwarren, as well as a bunch of Lings on the way. So Zesty getting very, very ready for this push. I don't think he actually had to make that much, but he might be afraid that there's like 4 gates in the main, something like that, where it's going to be like a big, you know, a big Adept warp in, something along those lines. +1 and Immortal on the way, as well as the charge upgrade. These 2 Adepts can't actually do anything. This is not much anything, but, you know, just flying out there has forced a lot of Lings, so that's something at least. You know, those could have been like 5 drones. So in a way, it gained some value. Bunch of gates coming up, so it's going to be a charge Immortal all in here with +1 attack, which should fare pretty well against his Zergling-based defense. Now, we see the Roachwarren, but we'll see. I bet you he'll start Roach Speed, as soon as this layer finishes. So layer is done. And we are just kind of waiting to see, is he going to get any sort of upgrade there? Spire could be strong. Although sometimes this type of push turns into mass stalkers without blink. Hydralisk Den. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Now, this looks like it's going to be triple Immortal move out, which is a little bit wild. Like, Rebellion really just kind of coming in with a very strong build overall. Little bit all in, though, for sure. It does not transition well into anything else. Like, you just have to get a bunch of damage. Now, Infestation Pit coming up. Also getting some Hydralisk upgrades. And it's actually 4 Immortals, which is just bonkers. Charge is about to finish. All right, Prism coming across the map with that army. And here we go. Sentry Zealot being warped in. All right, well, this is pretty deadly. This is pretty deadly. He has 15 Lings and 8 Hydras right now, as if that could do anything against what he's fighting. Yeah, throws down some force fields. Zesty just completely unprepared for this. Completely unprepared. The thing is, there was no additional base taken, so I feel like you should have just been making units nonstop. The fact that he went up to 60+ drones, like he was up near 70 drones against a 2-base Protoss, it just doesn't make sense. Definitely something that he's going to have to work on here. But basically, a free victory right there. GG is called. And there we go.